Monkey got BLT for breakfast with egg, right?
Yeah.
And I had a choice to make, so I ended up getting the 8-ounce sirloin. Is it sirloin?
Yes.
Eggs, home fries, and some toast. I got some tea that tastes like not tea.
Tastes like water.
Yeah, but that's okay. We'll see if this makes up for it. So, hit an intro. Let's begin our adventure. Alright, we are at a recording studio where Jimmy Buffett recorded some music, huh?
Yeah.
And I guess there's a restaurant here too that we're going to maybe check out for supper tonight.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Hey guys, this is Jimmy Buffett's music school.
Cool. And she dropped my pop, I noticed. Okay guys, so this building here, all this you see out here is not concrete. This has all been taken from the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
And all through here, we're going to see if we can get you some close-up things, is fossils all through there. Because like I said, it came from the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
And so we're going to see, somewhere in here you can actually see a seahorse fossil, but we're going to see if we can see anything interesting in it, and if we do, I'll kick you on, and then I'll tell you what building this is. Okay guys, here's some fossils and some loudmouths behind me. I can't see because of the sun, but...
I'm gonna go in the front.
Alright.
That's right. Yeah, it said eating down a wind.
There's a fossil. These are all mostly fossils from millions of years. Monkey's going around front, but yeah, like that. Let me see if I can get it for you here. Yeah. This is cool. But yeah, this is a government building anyway, but somewhere in here you can actually see a seahorse, but you can see all the fossil in there.
Right in 1931.
Those are all fossils of some sort, you know.
Yeah, there's fossils on here. Look at how big he is, and they're all over the place. Oh, wow. Anyways, I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to show you guys this up front here. I don't know what happened to.
Okay guys, this is where the home of Robert the Doll and the owner Robert lived. So this is, we're not going to go in. It's like a museum, but they don't allow you to take videos, but you can take pictures. But so I'm not going to go in, but it's called the Artist House. But here, let me get across the street here. Beautiful house. Thomas Auto House. Okay, there's the doll that we saw. Alright, I'm gonna see if Monkey wants anything, so, or wants to film. I think she wants to film some of this beautiful house, so awesome. Registered guests of the artist house only, no trespassing. I wonder if you can rent that. I should have looked into it. Alright guys. Okay guys, Monkey went in and checked this church out. There she comes. She talked to the owner of the Robert the Doll House, and it is an Airbnb, and he takes care of it himself, and he let her come in. So she got some film, and maybe I'll use some of her footage of that. So
Very pretty.
yeah, I bet. But so yeah, with the way things were going, I didn't want to get hit by lightning, so I stayed out here. I'll be back.
But going in there might save us from
Might
the
save you.
tragedy that we're going to go through in that couple hours.
Yeah, she mentioned, he asked where we were staying, and she told him, he goes, oh, that place is horrible. He had a friend call him and told him that he was staying there and how bad it was. He said, get the hell out of there and come to my place. Gave him a place to stay.
Yeah, I gave him a place to stay.
Wow. All
Yeah,
right.
he didn't have to pay. Oh yeah.
Okay, guys, so here's what we're doing. We got some conch fritters. Supposed to be the best on the island. We got some sauce. That's just hot sauce. That is spicy mustard, and no, that's a key lime mustard.
Right.
And this is spicy mayonnaise. And then what are our drinks?
They're called
Key limeade.
key lime.
Key limeade.
Key lime.
Okay, so when Monkey gets ready, I'll kick you on.
So I'm gonna try it just by itself first,
Right.
so we know what it tastes like.
We're told they taste like hush puppies.
A hush puppy.
And they got green peppers in them. And
Yeah,
I
they're
can
really
go.
good. Very good.
very good.
Uh-huh. Hot, but very good.
And she was telling her people he makes them fresh right then and there.
Yeah,
You wait on them and
yeah.
while they cook.
We'll try some dip and
Right.
see how that works.
Which one you try?
I'm gonna try this one.
The key lime mustard.
Yep. That's good.
Yeah.
Very good. Yep.
And this one's spicy mayonnaise. Oh, I see one of the peppers in there.
Yeah, there's pepper in there. See it? I don't know. It's a little dark. And we'll try this one. Yep. It's good.
And
That one better.
and this is hot sauce. But it's homemade hot sauce, so.
Alright. If you don't like hot sauce, you won't. You know.
Well, we don't know, so. If they don't like hot sauce, they won't get it, so.
But
You pick out what you want, you squirt it out yourself, so. So what's your favorite? The. Stop, hon. Really? Here, look at this.
sorry.
So, the key lime mustard,
Yeah, I like key lime mustard.
but you like the conch fritter.
Very good.
All right, guys, I'm gonna try it and I'll be back with you. Okay, first time trying conch fritters. I like them. They are just like a hush puppy, but they got that almost like a clam flavor. But a lot better than clams. They're good. Monkey said she would eat them again. And these are filling. We was just getting something, you know, to munch on until supper time. You still got to do your key lime pie thing.
Yeah.
But she's doing a comparison between two places, so. Alright, I'll be back with you guys because the fun part's
Yet to come.
yet to come. Okay, guys, we are coming in to the Curry Mansion Inn. Alright, I might have to do something here, so hang tight, guys.
Okay, I got it.
Like what?
Well,
It's not really the haunted part that's scary.
no, it's all the bad reviews this has gotten. I don't care. And
Yeah, but we don't know yet because we haven't been in
right,
here.
so I mean, you know, it's gotten a lot of bad reviews. So I went to the doll where Robert the Dolls used to live. It is an inn. The man outside, I started to talk to him. It's a breakfast,
Bed and breakfast.
right, bed and breakfast place. So he cooks all the breakfasts. And he told me he had a friend that came and stayed here, and it was so bad that his friend came over there. He told him, get out of there, it's time to come over here. So he came over to where his place is, and it was that horrible here. So we're going to check this out and see how horrible it really is. So if you come to Key West,
Already got it open.
It is bad, don't come here.
We'll see.
So
After the boat thing, I let her down on.
Anyways, this is the pool area. That is our room right there.
We're in 106. One of the reviews was don't stay in 105.
Because we want you guys to see what we're seeing at the same time. Okay? So this is, there are no people here.
No.
There's nobody here. So. Now we'll see if old chairs. See the arms. Cushion's dirty. Oh yeah. They're not mine. So, I mean, it's old. This is a very old building, and you have to take that in consideration too.
Hey,
I mean, a
it's
lot
got
of
our
people-
ceiling fans.
Yeah, they got my ceiling fan. Cool, they got some taste somewhere down the line. And, I mean, a lot of people, they go into these old buildings and they think they're going to be modern and fancy. You know, that one that we stayed in Tampa that was haunted. People were complaining about it because the bathrooms were too
Okay,
small. The rooms
well,
were
listen,
too small.
listen, calm down.
But that's...
Okay, let me say something here. They must be listening because now they got a Keurig machine in here.
Well, that's
One
good.
of the reviewers said not one single Keurig machine or coffee. So at least they got a Keurig machine.
Do they give you coffee?
I don't know, huh? Call
I got
me.
coffee cups that look like they could. But yeah, maybe they are listening. Maybe they're getting the reviews and listening.
Well, there's an old washing machine laying back there.
So this is where you kind of can do your makeup and stuff while somebody's in the shower or the bathroom. So let's look in here. This is the bathroom here.
It's not as bad as I was reading.
No, I don't think it's as bad as I.
And this is the room that was pictured when I booked it.
Yeah.
So,
Where's the lights in the bathroom? Right here. It's on the outside. So
I must try to shut the fan off.
it's horrible. I mean, you're in
Yeah, that's the same exact fan we have in our bedroom and living room at home.
everything's out.
Alright guys, I'll kick you back on in a minute. Not as bad as I thought. Somebody said like this vanity light, their switch was, you had to wiggle it and get it just right and it was sparking. And some of these were missing the covers. I think this was supposed to be a hair dryer, which of course is not here anymore. A Keurig machine, but I don't see anything. And they did say 1 bar of soap. And that's all the towels you get.
This is dog friendly. I don't think it's.
No,
I don't think. Oh, then you got a fridge. I didn't need all that. Well, I have to have that ice for
Yeah.
a moment, but I can bring that stuff in here and I can use the fridge.
but
So, these are clean.
over in the big house, it used to be real beautiful, the canopy beds and
Very
stuff.
nice. I don't think it's that bad. It's nice and cold in here.
What do you think of the floor?
Well, it's carpet. And
Yeah.
carpet's not a good thing in Florida. But I
No,
don't
but I
think
mean,
it's bad.
is it as bad as? Because
There's a stain right there.
Okay, but people were saying it was so bad that when they walked in their bare feet,
Yeah.
their feet were black on the bottom.
Right. Well, were they black to begin with, or
That's racist. What are you talking about? Were they black?
their feet were black to begin with before they came in here.
No, that's what I'm trying to explain. So
So-
please calm down. What I'm telling you is they took their shoes off, and when they walked around, their feet, the bottom of their feet turned black like they was walking outside.
Well, I can always do that. I like my bare feet.
And
I stay bare
there
feet
is,
all the time
you
anyway.
know, there is no comforter really, and they did say this remind them of that paper stuff,
Yeah,
which it
does,
kind of
doesn't
does.
it? Yeah, it does. Like a waffle.
And there's daylight coming through that up there.
Yeah, there is. There you can see the daylight.
Okay, so
I mean, we really didn't pay that much for this
No.
compared to what we paid on the water on a boat that was sinking.
it
almost.
was $155.
Yeah.
But $69 cleaning fee and then your tax and everything. It was like $2
Now, they
something.
didn't smooth these out because you're supposed to smooth your
It's
sheets
okay.
out, and you're supposed to bounce a quarter in it,
Yeah, but
and that's
I mean
what
they
we
don't
used
do
to
that in the Holiday Inn. But here's one of the things they were talking about.
Oh my! Is that how the rats get in?
I mean it's clear through. I
Yeah.
can see the outside.
Yeah, they haven't fixed it, and it needs to be fixed. I mean, I get some of the stuff. I get it, but.
Well, that does need to be
It's
fixed.
not to the point where I'm saying, no, we are not staying here, we're going home. Because I would have done that.
All right, guys.
But I think it's not that bad.
So far, not bad.
Oh, you got extra towels.
I'll be back with you.
Here you got.
Well, let's
did
look
you
at the
do your
bathroom.
beach towel?
Because that was
Yeah,
one of the
ironing
things
board.
people was complaining about the sink being right here in the corner, and they couldn't brush their teeth. I don't know why not. Well, there's another soap thing, so there's 2, and I don't know what these are.
Well,
But-
look at it anyways. I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, and they was like, well, it's dated. Well, I get it. It is dated, but it's old, and you know I like to pay for that charm. I don't want to walk into 150 to 200-year-old inn and make it look like I'm staying in a brand new Holiday Inn. You know, it doesn't make sense. But so far, I mean, yeah, there's a couple little stains, but it's not what people are saying. So maybe they are trying to fix it up.
Well, maybe, yeah, they could be. Maybe they saw without reviews and stuff.
I mean, yes, it needs new chairs and stuff, but you know.
Well, anyways, I don't see any leaks on this.
I'll be
thing.
back with you.
So,
Okay, guys, we're going to go check out the main house. I forgot you have to lock it.
oh,
You just push any button and it locks. Like ours.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta push a button to make it lock. Is it iguana?
Yeah, look at him.
See his tail curled? Isn't it cute?
Yeah.
There's the ice machine. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. What you doing, bud? All right. We came out here, right?
Yeah.
Just going this way. We could sit on the deck tonight, or out front on the porch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So relax. I wanted to see that. That's the original fireplace heart in there. The kitchen.
Is that private?
Kitchen, I don't know. Okay, guys. Let's go upstairs.
Look at the old phone. Isn't that cool? Huh. Hey, we're doing more
I did see a lot of that on the reviews. Appealing. Look at that window.
Isn't that gorgeous? It's pretty good though.
Oh, that's the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lead.
Yeah. Have a hot train.
Oh, look at
US by rail, 1912 to 1935.
there's another old phone.
This is when they were talking about radios and stuff, I guess. That could be original. That's original wallpaper. Wow. You know? And the heat.
Old desk there. Can we go out here? Cool. Let's take a walk around this. We came in right below us. So I'll read you some of the history on here and some of the reviews that I had read that kind of scared us, especially after the horrible boat deal. I still got Christmas wreaths up. But like I said, our room's not bad. Monkey immediately trying to find stuff wrong. I'm like, hey, as long as it's good, it's better than the boat. This price was pretty cheap. It was $155 plus $69 for a cleaning fee and then tax. So that was per night. Some people, I guess, horror stories about spending $800-900 a night. But it's under new management, new owners. So I'll tell you a little more about that later. But I don't know if she's going to want to sit out here or down below tonight, because she wants to sit out for a little bit. You know, sit outside this evening because nice and breezy.
That was the owner's suite. I think that's it right there.
Yeah.
It might be. I don't know. Doesn't say what number it was.
See that old phone?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool.
closed. The attic and widow's walk is closed. Well, this light's flickering. You guys see that? Eerie. Another phone. There's more washer and dryers there, so. You can do this.
I can do it.
That's a guy I met down at the car. He just came. Well, it's not going to cave in. It's, you know, this is not concrete.
What is that?
This is sealant
Oh,
for its roofing.
yeah.
So that's why you're feeling that. It's fine.
Oh, okay. My SD card's full.
Well, you brought extra, right?
I don't have any extra SD cards anymore.
Why?
I might have one in that thing.
Yeah, and it's in the car.
Yeah.
And I asked you if you need anything else. But you know, we could sit out here,
Oh yeah, I'd sit out here. Bring
Or-
out here.
down below, or whatever. I was going to sleep on a widow's walk.
I know you did.
How'd you know I was going to
Because
do
I know
that?
you would try to do something like that. That would be really cool if you could have.
That's what I'm saying. Strange. What's that? What's in there? That's not a room.
You open that one.
Because all the other ones have these locks on them. That one don't.
Maybe that.
And there's a chain that goes across.
Oh, maybe that was the original room.
The other what?
Maybe that was where they stayed.
I don't
They
know.
showed the picture there, but that doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe that's what they were showing.
I don't know. I don't care. All right. Chandelier's awesome. Nice fireplace. Nice sitting room in here. But they used to have a big breakfast because it was bed and breakfast. And the breakfast was included, and they had, every night they had happy hour for 2 hours, and they would play live music. They cut all that out, no more. So I showed you guys all that when we came in, so. That's not right.
What?
That light.
No, it's not.
You got the Greek salad. What is it? Island Greek or something?
Yeah.
And I got half a rack of ribs and a half a chicken and french fries, and we are at Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. So, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to share some of this chicken with Bruno, and I'll be back with you. Margaritaville, drinking a margarita, watching a guy with a real fucking parrot on his shoulder. Amazing. Welcome to America. Alright guys, that was our trip to Margaritaville. So we're going to be going out here. Because there is the pool.
Right there.
And I don't have the screen around. Okay. There is the pool. We're going to go sit in the pool for a little bit. It's only from dawn to dusk. But I'm going to sit out there. There's nobody here. So, I mean, they have cameras up, but you know, like I said, there's no people to check in or nothing like that, so we're gonna sit out there for a little bit anyway. And yeah, and then I'll be back in and I'll tell you more about this place. Turns out it's a lot better than what we thought. I was talking to a gentleman down, had to go down the car, get something, so I was smoking a cigarette, and the guy pulled in. He said he stays here all the time. He does a lot of business trips. Says he's never had a problem with any of his rooms. He's over in the old one tonight, so wow. Bruno just walked right across. He hopped up here and walked right across there. So he didn't have to jump down and up. Alright guys, I'll be back with you. There is supposed to be some paranormal activity here, but I'll read to you what I got, which is not a lot. So, you know, I mean, but, you know, this is an old place, so there is some history here. So stick around, guys. I don't know if you guys can see that fireplace or that's badass. I'll try to get it in the daytime, but cool. Alright, we're going up on the second floor front porch. Okay guys, I'm not sure what's going on here, but I think we are part of a ghost tour. Well, we're not part of it, but because this is one of the stops on the ghost tour. But I wanted to show you the courtyard. Let me hang on a second. Just came outside from the air conditioner and monkey's down there walking Bruno. Yep, that's what this is, a ghost tour. Alright. Bruno. I said, well, you want to go for a walk? And I grabbed his leash and his collar, and he jumped up. And he hit me so hard in the balls, I went down. Monkey's laughing. I was down a good 5 minutes. I haven't been sacked like that since like high school. But anyway, so that's I think we're part of a ghost tour, Mama.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Yeah. I didn't bring my camera.
They ain't getting us.
Yes, ma'am.
No, you laughed at me.
I'll do it again for you.
Bruno did it.
Yeah, I know Bruno did it. I'll tell him to. He'll do it.
Cool. Ghost tour.
He gets to go inside. I wonder if he gets to go upstairs.
I don't know. That's where we're going.
We could just walk.
There they go, guys. There goes the ghost tour. Yep, she's using dowsing rods. I got a whole bag of stuff.
$40 per person.
How much?
$23 to $40 per person.
Why is it 23 to 40?
Probably because we might give you a discount if you're a senior or something.
Per person?
Yeah.
That's cheaper than what we paid to be here, though. Because I was telling her, guys, I was just hoping to God, because they went inside the lobby and we went in, so they went in the side door, we went in the front door. I was wanting to listen. I was wanting one of them to ask if we had heard or seen anything since we was here, and I was going to say, all right, everyone, gather around. Have I got a story for you? And I can make believable stories, huh, babe?
Oh, yeah.
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 Of course, I would have told you guys, you know, but... Here we go, guys. This place sold in, I think she said 2023 for $31 million. Now, right up here's where we were sitting. But up there's the attic that no one's supposed to be in. There's a light on up there, and we look through the attic, crack in the attic door. Monkey wants to know what's up there. And then you can't see it from here, but up on top of there is the widow's walk. But why are these lights on if no one's up there? Maybe they forgot to turn them out. But what a beautiful place, huh? It needs to be brought back to its former glory before it's too late. So all them reviews, I think, is a bunch of crap unless, you know, they started doing something about it. But beautiful place. I believe it was built in 1862. If I'm wrong, I'll put it on the screen. In fact, right here is a sign. Sorry for the noise, but we are kind of just a few steps from Duval Street. This is the Milton W. Curry House, William Curry Homestead. I don't know if you guys can read that. But it was when the original owner, the gentleman that built this house, when he passed away, his son kind of gutted it. But that was in the, what, 1920s. But, yeah, the man died in 1896. He moved to Key West in 1837. So, kind of in a nutshell, you can look it up, but I believe this was the first wrecker to have made $1 million. But the Georgia Revival House was erected. Where's that one at? Because I think this was built in 1862. But let's see. Hang on, let me read this and make sure, because I believe this is an 1862 house. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, so in 1905, it says it was erected. So he pretty much, what his son did was kind of like demolish a lot of it. And he did that in 1905, and it cost $13,000, which I'm sure was an uncanny amount of money in 1905. So, but let's see, where was this? Okay, The house incorporated the original kitchen hearth. That's what I was trying to show you earlier, from the 1860s. So this house, I believe, was built in 1862, and like I said, he kind of demolished it and kind of did his own thing in 1905, but he did leave the original fireplace hearth back in the kitchen house. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Pause and read it, but so yeah, amazing. This was put up in 2016. Now 2016 was when the last owner that bought it in 1971 or 1972, up until 2016, she ran it as an actual bed and breakfast, is the way she ran it. And I guess it was just so charming and such a beautiful place, and she did it like they would have back in the day. And I do know she died in 2016, and then someone else took over. I don't know if it was her children or what, took over until 2023, when it was sold for $31 million, and that's when it went to crap. They got rid of the desk clerks, the bellboys, and all that stuff. The concierge that it's supposed to have is actually just emailing people if you have any issues. So, yeah. A Florida Heritage Site sponsored by Amsterdam's Curry Mansion Inn and the Florida Department of State. So, I think she took Bruno to go pee. She must have headed back to the room. Alright, I got a pop can up here I gotta go pick up, and I want to go through here one more time. And before we leave, we'll walk through here one more time. But yeah, that attic light is on. So I don't know if somebody's staying up there or what, but my phone, I don't have my phone.
I know.
I was just telling them, I was like, she left the room when, and I said, whatever, you know what I said. So I was reading that. Yeah, it was built in like 1862. Now the son, when he demolished all this,
Right.
remember, and did all that rework on it and changed the wood and everything, but he left this, that was in 1905. Guess what it cost?
What?
To rehab this whole place in 1905. $13,000.
Really?
That's to demolish all that stuff, gutted the inside, and totally rebuilt it, and built all this. $13,000. We gave $12,000 for our car.
Right.
If you go out front and you look up at the attic, the
Yeah.
third floor, there's a light on up there. Yeah,
Told you.
there's a light on up there.
I looked through the crack and there was a light on. Oh, they're on the balcony.
Ghosts. But yeah, there's a light on up there. All right, guys, I'll be back with you in a minute. Good morning, everyone. It is, what is it, about 9-ish? Huh?
Yeah.
We're getting,
Switch to Senior Life and stop paying too much. Call now.
What?
we're getting ready to head out. was gonna have breakfast, but they didn't have any biscuits, and they still wanted to charge us for the whole breakfast, like, you know, biscuits. And they had like eggs, buttermilk biscuit, and sausage, but we don't have any biscuits, and still was going to charge us $16 for that. It is $5 for coffee. It's $5 for a tea bag. But so I think we're just going to leave the car here. We're going to go get some breakfast. When we come back, the car's going to be loaded. We're going to put some miles down. We're just going to kind of take our time going home. If we see something, we're going to stop. Change your battery. And yeah, so if we see something, we're going to stop and check it out. And we'll be home late tonight. So probably between 10 and midnight, I'm figuring. So yeah. Monkey's getting the cooler ready for us. And but yeah, so 1869, not 1862. 1869 was when this place was built.
Yeah.
Not the one we're in was built in 1905 for, what was it, $13,000, $15,000 or something.
Yeah.
Hell, we gave $12,000 for our car.
Yeah.
So in 1905, that was an unfathomable amount of money compared to date, you know?
Yeah.
For inflation and stuff, so. Amazing, but the main house, 1869. All right, guys, I'll be back with you when we start. I don't know. We're gonna do something. You want to have breakfast right before we leave?
Yeah.
I think the car will be right there.
I think so.
'Cause she don't know who the hell's supposed to be here. She's just like a server.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be back with you guys. Okay, guys, sorry about the wind, but check it out. We have a sunken vessel here. It's down. Let me see if I can get up on here. There's some engine parts in there. Right back there's engine parts. Motorboating. Okay. Wow. You know, I could technically back the car up here and rope that over to that shore, and that would be my boat. Man. Wow. Well, okay. Seen an iguana over here. Let's go see if we can find him. Probably went up one of these trees. It was about 2 feet long. Wow. You guys want a dumpster dive with me? Okay, people don't listen. There's a boat over here. Somebody's kayak. we was heading this way. Monkey's like, did you see that? I'm like, yeah. Says, you want me to turn around? Sure. Huh. Well, okay guys. Something interesting for you.
Don't start.
So, we're rolling up on here. I'm waiting on Monkey to slow down. Do I have to stop?
It's gonna cave into the ocean. It's all rocky. He's messing out there.
Yeah, that's what I told you. There's all those pictures you've seen.
Yeah.
This is that bridge. I told you we've seen it on the way down.
Yeah.
This is it. You see them pictures all over down there.
Yeah.
This is it. That's for that original train track before the car bridges were built. Flagler ran his train down through there. Because like everyone said, you didn't tell Flagler he couldn't do something. Okay guys, this is the famous tree called Fred. They don't look for him to live too much longer, but there, as you can see, there's one beside him there. And they have actually a group of people that takes care of that. And they decorate him up on Christmas. They put Christmas lights on him and stuff. That's the old bridge. That's some of this for you. Cool. We do have the action camera up on the roof, so hopefully it stays up there for another 4 more miles. Mile Bridge, guys. We also went through Ohio Key. Right?
Yeah.
And the camera made it.
Yes.
That's nice and cool. Alright. Alright guys, we're at a Pilot, no Circle K, and we got 2 hours and 21 minutes to get home. Got about, where's my glasses? We've only made, this is our second pit stop, so got 104 miles. Says we'll be home about 8:50 p.m. So yeah, like I said, we only stopped once before to take a bathroom break and headed back out. I don't know if she's going to want to get something to eat or what, but we're going to let Bruno out, and then he has slept. He slept up until we took our first break, and then he slept up until now from then. So he's worn out. So yeah, we're on our way. So all right guys, hit a little bit of rain, but yeah, I'll throw some what is it, hyperlapse in for you of the ride, and then see anything interesting, I'll kick you back on. So that's what's happening right now. We'll be home here in a couple hours. So all right, it's 6:27 now, so that's about right. We're doing good on fuel. We're not down to a quarter tank yet. We checked the range, and we still got, it says the range, we still have 150 miles before we hit empty yet. So This car's doing damn good. All right, guys, stick around, and then we'll see what happens from here. Okay, guys, we're back at the house. Yay! Yeah. I want to say thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for joining us on these videos here. Hang on, she's gonna get the door, and you know, appreciate it. Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it, the monkeys. So, all right, guys, Shea Bear, the Myth, Man, Legend. I'm gone for now. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone. Take care.